Hello and how you doing, and welcome back to Jagoffs. I am your host, Austin Cairns, joined here with
Senor Lucas Kuhns.
Senor. What are you, getting your Spanish ready for the Bad Bunny halftime show?
Espanol.
I like it over there. Okay. And welcome back to Jag... Huh?
Me gusta.
Me gusta?
Me like.
Oh. Okay, well.
Actually, it'd be yo gusto.
I can see someone's taking those free trials up on Duolingo real well.
Gusta's feminine, so yo gusto is I like.
I have no clue what you're saying. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Jagoffs, and welcome to our NFL Week 6 predictions. This is 6 consecutive weeks of both myself and Lucas being in the Media Hub, talking about the NFL games. Unfortunately, my dad could not be here, but he's actually doing something cool today for once. My dad is kind of doing what me and you did for the Steelers training, for the Steelers draft party, but instead it's like for his work. He's down at Acrisure Stadium touring the entire place right now. He's in the locker rooms, on the football field.
Where's my invite?
That's what I'm saying. And we're sitting.
I don't want to be here.
We could be shooting this at Acrisure right now.
I could be ignoring you and being in Acrisure right now.
Shut the hell up. But no, shout out to my dad. He's out there hustling, out there doing good things. It runs in the family. The grind runs in the family.
I think he's just scared of me. You know, he always mentions how, like, whenever he's here, I'm not. But, like, every time I'm here, he's not.
Or maybe it's just because his Chiefs lost to the Jags. I don't know. But we'll get into that in a little bit. A lot of exciting games to talk about. A lot of interesting upsets that happened over the weekend. But before we get into NFL, I want to talk about Jagoffs a little bit. The Jake Bell interview. We just did that this past weekend. What was your thoughts on it, LK?
You know, I love Jake. Great guy. You know, whenever I came here, he was one of the first people to kind of let me know that he's here for me. You know, at that sideline meeting. So he talked to me. He was cool. I like Jake a lot, and he's a down to earth guy. You collected all your Infinity Stones. So
I was just about to say, yeah.
Now you can be proud of yourself. So good job.
I did. And not only did I collect all the Infinity Stones of sideline producers, I've also collected all the Infinity Stones of sports broadcasters, more specifically of major sports here in Pittsburgh. We had Getzoff, we had King, we had Hillgrove. Now we have Greg Brown. It's been announced earlier this week. He will be joining Jagoffs for Interview Sunday this Sunday, hence the little pirate gear that I got on for today. That was an amazing episode. You're all not going to want to miss it. Filming the promos.
That's how the promo went.
That's exactly how the promo went.
Hey, Austin, how's that elevator?
Filming the promos were awful. And if you don't know what Lucas is alluding to with the elevator, check out the promo that just came out today on all social media pages. Let's just say that took about 7 tries.
It took 4 tries.
It took 4 tries.
Well, 4 filmed tries. I don't know how many errors we had that got deleted.
4 film tries, 3 different elevators, and probably 5 or 6 different times going to the first floor.
And that's not counting us trying to figure out what floor we wanted to be on, which are all also errors. So it's actually closer to like 11 failed attempts. But we weren't filming this because we were just scouting.
I rode that elevator over a dozen times.
We rode that elevator at least 11 times.
Yeah. 15 minutes were spent riding elevators. Just put that in your head for a second. 15 minutes.
We have a great blooper reel of Austin saying not so nice words whenever the elevator was going down to the first floor instead of reopening on the 10th floor. Because we're on the 10th floor of this building. So every time the elevator, I mean, it didn't have an error. It's just they're built stupidly. So instead of just reopening and waiting there, they actually wait down on the first floor to be called. Like, as soon as they close, they it's set to go down to the first floor. We're on the 10th floor. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a journey. And they're also slow elevators, so.
Yeah, and not to mention, we've officially shot the promo on the 11th floor, so we were up one more.
Yeah, we also tried the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. Didn't want to do the 10th, and then finally found the 11th.
Mm-hmm. And we somehow ended up on the 15th at one point, too. Don't know how, but we were there. We didn't even ask to go there; it just took us there. But
I had like a pep talk with this man before the final take. I looked him in the eyes. I said, "Dude, no matter what happens, you're coming out of the elevator and you're doing promo talk."
I tried so hard not to laugh.
So he closes it again. He presses it immediately. It goes down. Damn it!
Yeah, that's all you hear is the elevator's going down. The mic's about to cut out, and all you hear is "Damn it!" It was great. All right, well, let's get into some of these NFL games. A lot of big ones, a lot of interesting ones. We're starting off with another division game tonight on Thursday Night Football. This time is in the NFC East. Some people say the NFC least, but they're definitely not the least depressing this year. I can name about 3 other divisions. We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants, 2 teams that took losses this past week. The Eagles surprisingly lost to the Denver Broncos, while the Giants also surprisingly lost to the New Orleans Saints, giving them their first victory. Luke, I'm going to go to you on this one first. This one is at MetLife Stadium, which many claim to be cursed. Who do you got in this game?
I got the field winning in overtime.
Overtime.
I'm going to have to go Philadelphia. Out of the 2 losses, I think the Giants was more depressing of a loss. I mean, you lost to the team that most say is the worst in the league. You gave a team its first win. That was pretty upsetting. But, I mean, Philadelphia, they're also still have not found one game this season where they just played a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they've had very good pieces. I think they've had almost very good games, but they always find a way to make a big mistake. A.J. Brown is trying his hardest to not say screw you, Jalen Hurts, in the media coverage. He's, like, looping around their questions so hard to not directly say that Jalen's just not throwing him the ball. I don't know what it is, though. I don't know if it's coaching, play calling, play making. Jalen and AJ have something. I don't know what it is, but you have a top receiver in the league that you're barely targeting every game. That's the thing I've been saying for the past 3 weeks, and I think I'm going to continue to say it until I see AJ Brown actually have a good game with Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that the Giants have too many issues right now. If they had Malik Neighbors, I honestly probably say this is the game where the Giants do beat them. And because at the start of the season, I thought they were splitting. Without Malik Neighbors, I don't know if they split anymore. Maybe later in the season if Philadelphia's like resting starters or something, but they lost one of the most explosive receivers of the year so far, in my opinion. And I like Jackson Dart. I like Cam Scatterboo. I like their connection there. I like all the energy that they got.
Energy.
I'm surprised that they still have 3 quarterbacks this week. I thought one was going away for sure, but that's a later topic. So I'm going to choose Philadelphia.
See, here's the thing.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, that was actually really good. No, that was a good take. That was a good take. I'm going to disagree with about half of it, though. So here's the thing. No, it was good. It was a really good take. I agree with you. I think Philadelphia is going to win this game. I think they are going to get their big win against the Giants. And I do like the point that you brought up that Malik Neighbors is going to be the defining factor in this series. If it's good, I agree with you. I thought it was going to be a split too, but now I'm kind of 50-50 on whether or not that's going to happen because of Neighbors being injured. And after we just saw what happened to the Saints, I mean, like, I don't know where this Giants team exactly lays. The part I disagree with you on is the A.J. Brown part, because he actually was targeted 3 different times in this game this past week against the Broncos, and there were 2 out of the 3 attempts that were incomplete. A.J. Brown stopped mid-route. He stopped mid-route, and he did not continue the run. If he would have kept going, both of them would have been wide open touchdowns. So that is where I'm going to kind of break away and say, listen, A.J. Brown, all season, he did not get the targets he deserves, and he had every right to call it Jalen Hurts. This game specifically, Hurts was looking your direction, and every time that he went your way, you were unreliable. So going forward, I'm going to be a lot harder assessing the way we look at A.J. Brown because Hurts finally was giving him the looks, and Brown wasn't just getting it. At this point, if it's that bad of a broken relationship, just trade Brown. Trade Brown. Devontae Smith is fully capable of being a wide receiver 1, former Heisman Trophy winner. So that is my only point with A.J. Brown that I'm a little 50-50 on. But, I mean, you summed up pretty much everything else, Lucas. This team is going to bounce back. The Denver Broncos was a big upset. I don't see it happening 2 weeks in a row.
Did he only get those 3 targets, though?
No, he had other targets.
You said it, and I was like...
No, the 3 targets were incomplete. I was mentioning the 3 incomplete targets.
How many targets did he get? I actually don't know.
Well, in total...
If you don't know, it's fine.
No, I got you. He had 7 total targets. He only completed 5 of those for 43 yards. No touchdowns. So it was a mid-game.
2 incompletes. 5 for 7.
Technically 3 incompletes, but one of them was overthrown. One of them I'll get on Jalen Hurts. It wasn't overthrown pass. 2 of them though he stopped mid route. One of them would have been a wide open touchdown too.
It's just like I don't know. I mean, I know the league is like much more like on like the defensive side of the ball now. Like whenever you have an elite receiver, you kind of like lock him up. But like only 7 targets to what people want to consider one of the best receivers. It still just feels short to me. Like I don't know. I mean,
it's more than Smith got though.
That's true.
So it's still more than Smith got.
I mean, Smith isn't. AJ Brown's supposed to be the better receiver on the theoretical.
Supposed to be.
So I don't know. 7 just seems a little short, but who knows? We'll see how this team can hopefully get better by playoff time.
In a game like this, you have to target AJ Brown though.
Yeah.
This is a game. Even though it's the Giants, it's still a division rivalry.
It's a divisional rivalry.
Yeah. Speaking of the Broncos though, they're in London. How many games are going to be in London this year? My goodness, I don't want to wake up at 9:30 again. But it is the Denver Broncos.
I will not be waking up for this game.
It is the Denver Broncos versus the New York Jets. The New York Jets are the worst team in football after dropping that game to the Dallas Cowboys. You're welcome, Nick. And the Denver Broncos got their win 24-17 against the Eagles. I'm just going to cut to the chase and go Broncos here. I have nothing more to say about the Jets. Fields isn't playing awful, but the rest of this team is atrocious. Leave it at that.
I'm going to pick Denver too, and it seems like once again the Steelers somehow know when talent's about to fall off and they trade him away. Everyone called us dumb, and now everybody wants to hate on Fields. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm still Team Russ all the way, but I agree with you. Give me Broncos.
Yeah, I don't think the Jets can win this at all.
Now I'm a little sad Lamar is still hurt because this could have been game of the week. LA Rams, Baltimore Ravens. After what happened in the Ravens game last week to the Houston Texans,
Trash.
They are atrocious. I will say I still stand firm on my ground that I could see them squeezing into the 7th seed at the end of the year because I still feel like it's too soon to completely rule them out. If Lamar was hurt all year, I'd say, yeah, they're done. But Lamar's going to be coming back in a couple weeks. So we got to remember Lamar can still get some wins under his belt, and the rest of the AFC is atrocious as well, especially that North. My gosh.
I just hope that whenever he comes back, he actually wakes up because he was doing bad when he was healthy.
He was mid, but it was a lot of Harbaugh's decisions too. Harbaugh was forcing him into a lot of tight windows. The Rams are great. I mean, Puka Nacua is the best receiver in football right now. He is the most receiving yards, most receiving touchdowns. He is incredible. Love the way the Rams are playing. Kyron Williams got to hold on to the football, though. That's all I'm going to say. Kyron Williams has to hold on to the football. I know the Rams lost to the Niners on Thursday Night Football last week. That's the sole reason why they lost that game. It's not like as bad as the DeMarcado one, which we'll get into in a little bit when we get to my Cardinals, because I have a rant that I've been saving all week. I did not talk about the Cardinals on the radio show. I did not talk about them on Steel City. I'm here to talk about them today. Lucas, you better get the popcorn out, my friend. It's going to be a good rant. But no, this game, give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams as well. I tried to give Baltimore credit last week and say that I still think they're a good team, even though Lamar is hurt. What was it, 44-10 to the Texans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I love my Texans, but I'm someone that'll be honest even about the teams that like. The Texans are trash. That line is the worst in the league, in my opinion. Maybe tied with the Bengals for worse. So the fact that they were able to put 44 up on Baltimore, the Rams might honestly put up more than that.
Yep.
I'm taking the Rams.
Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go to you on this one first, LK. Both teams were victorious. Panthers over the Dolphins, Cowboys over the Jets.
Is it bad that I really want to take Carolina? Dallas, every time I hate on Dallas, they make me look stupid because they do like everything correct. But I have to remember at the end of the day, it was against the Jets. Carolina is actually surprising me this year. I've been a very big hater on Carolina for a long time.
We know. Oh, we know. The battles we've had. They're 2-3 right now, too.
Yeah. What's Dallas? 2-1?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, look at me go.
Look at you. Okay.
Yeah.
You're sharp today. I like this. Do you have coffee or something?
I hate coffee. And no, Mom, I did not have a Monster Energy drink yet.
He will in the car. Or on the bus. $1.81, baby.
No, Carolina's doing really good this year. I'm actually surprised. Like, they are a team. I don't think they're gonna get into the playoffs, but I think they're gonna be on the edge of it. Like, they're probably gonna be like looking in, but fall out. Dallas is kind of in the same boat for me, just because of the fact that CeeDee Lamb is still hurt, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt for a while still yet, so that causes problems a lot. A lot of it really falls down to, can Dallas's defense actually stop the Panthers? Can George Pickens not get a bunch of 15-yard penalties? And can Dak keep throwing the ball like he's an actual highest-paid quarterback in this league? I'm gonna take Dallas in this one, but I honestly don't overlook the Panthers, or else you're losing this because they're at home.
Well, I'm here to tell you what, Lucas Kuhns. I don't have the cowboy hat today. I'm not going to put on the Southern accent because I'm losing my voice. I'm picking the Carolina Panthers in an upset. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys has what it takes to beat this team because their defense is atrocious. Rico Dowdle, former Dallas Cowboys running back, had over 200 yards on the ground.
Wasn't he the best running back in fantasy this week?
Best running back, best player in fantasy this week. He had over 200-plus yards against the Dolphins, which, again, it is the Dolphins. But the Dolphins' defense still somehow is better than this Cowboys' defense. And not to mention, Rico Dowdle used to play for the Cowboys last season. So I'm expecting a big day out of him. I'm expecting a big day out of Bryce Young. Give me the Panthers. I'm Panthers all the way.
I think it'll be a very close game.
I think it will be, too.
I think it'll probably be one score.
Now, here is where the popcorn needs to come out. Hi. He knows the drill. Oh.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, the mic wanted to come back. That was actually perfectly timed.
Right.
We got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Now, you want to start with the Colts real quick, actually. The Indianapolis Colts had their own mistakes in previous weeks, but they have still proved to be one of the most dominant teams and possibly even a Super Bowl contender if they continue to play the way they did. I know it was the Raiders, so putting up 40 against the Raiders is like putting up 40 against South Fayette or Carlington. It's really not that impressive. But at the end of the day, it got to come a point in time where we got to apologize to quarterbacks that we once bashed. So I'm here to formally apologize to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is capable of being a starting quarterback in this league. He has proved me wrong. I'm very excited to see him, and I'm picking them against my Arizona Cardinals this week because I believe at home in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium, they will win.
That's my name.
Now it is your name. Now let's talk about the Cardinals. First and foremost, DeMarcado should not see the field the rest of the season. And I have not been a DeMarcado fan at all since he was drafted. I believe he was on a very overrated TCU team, which got absolutely demolished by the Georgia Bulldogs in the national championship a few years ago. I personally believe that our offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing, is the worst coordinator in the National Football League, which I've been claiming ever since he arrived. And I believe Kyler Murray is no longer the answer for the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is still a top 15 quarterback. The mistakes that Kyler Murray makes it can be taught. It can be disciplined. It can be shown in the film room, on the practice field. But the issue with the Arizona Cardinals is they cannot develop anyone to save their life. I'm not saying they need to go through and do a complete sweep of the entire organization or a complete sweep of the entire franchise, but it's got to come a point in time where you really got to look in the mirror and assess yourself. You have a new GM in Monty. You have a relatively new head coach in Jonathan Gannon. Why are you not building this team better? This year in the draft and this year in free agency, the Cardinals actually surprised me. They did good in both categories. You brought in Josh Sweat. You brought back Calais Campbell. You drafted Will Johnson. These are all good moves. Even the last couple of years, drafting Paris Johnson, drafting Trey Benson, signing James Conner, drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. These are all incredible moves. And Marvin Harrison looked great in that game against the Tennessee Titans. He had an amazing catch in double coverage in the first quarter, which secured the first touchdown for the Cardinals. Too bad that they wouldn't score another one in the rest of the game. The Cardinals were up 21-6 at one point. 21-6? You're telling me you couldn't score or give or prevent a score for the entire second half against a rookie quarterback in Cam Ward, who I think is going to do great things in this league? You're going to sit up here and tell me that you can't stop the Tennessee Titans, a winless team at home? You're telling me that is that big of a struggle against the Tennessee Titans? DeMarcado completely sold the game by fumbling the ball on the 1-yard line. And for everybody that's scrutinizing him, he's not the only one. We just saw Mitchell, who was actually playing on the Colts, do it the week prior. We've seen it time and time again. Hell, even LaDainian Tomlinson, the great LaDainian Tomlinson, my personal favorite running back of all time, has done it. But the reason why the Cardinals suck so bad isn't because of one particular player or one particular coach. The reason why the Arizona Cardinals suck is because of a cultivating hole. And what I mean by that is there are so many different factors into why this team stinks, Lucas. This team is god-awful. Coordinators suck. Running back depth sucks. And the James Conner injury has really sealed the deal for this team. When Conner went down, the season is over. It's over. Because James Conner is the vocal point of that offense. It's not Kyler Murray. It's not Marvin Harrison. It's not even Trey McBride. It was James Conner. Murray can have as many checkdowns as McBride as he wants. McBride's going to get 70 or 80 yards a game. That's guaranteed. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a spectacular catch every other week. That's guaranteed. And Kyler Murray is going to be running for his damn life behind that offensive line. That is guaranteed, which you can barely see over behind, besides the point. But the point is, without James Conner and with a banged-up defense, you are not going to go anywhere. The Rams are better. The 49ers with Mac Jones are better. And the Seattle Seahawks are better. The Cardinals are the worst team in the division. I wouldn't go to as far as to say the worst team in the NFC. I feel like there's a couple other teams that we can easily say are worse. But I believe this is the final season that Kyler Murray should be a quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Not because he's the problem, but because it's been 7 years since you have been in the league. 7 long years. And you don't even have a single playoff win. You have one singular playoff appearance. And most importantly, you only have, 1.5 winning seasons because one of them was right at 500. The other one was just over 500. That is atrocious for a quarterback that is getting paid as much as he is. If we're having that conversation about Dak, and if we're having that conversation about Tua, it is only fair we have that conversation about Murray. The only difference is, though, Tua has Tyreek Hill, or had Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. Dak Prescott has CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Murray is finally getting his weapons now. So that's why we have to pump the brakes on the Murray hate a little bit, and the Cardinals are already much worse than those two teams. But it is time that change needs to be made. And for anybody that is out there criticizing Jonathan Gannon for putting his hands on DeMarcado, yeah, maybe he took it a little too far, but guess what? That means you've never been on the sideline before. Coaches are going to get in your face. They're going to yell at you. They're going to smack you. That is part of the game. That is how you play football. And I actually give all the credit in the world to Jonathan Gannon. He gained my respect after that because that right there shows that he cares. The locker room loves him for a reason. Gannon is not the issue here. It's Petzing. It's the lack of running back room. And it is how bad this team has been for decades. They have not won a championship game since 1947. It wasn't even the Super Bowl. It was the NFL championship. Lucas, World War II was still going on. Nazi Germany was still around. The Soviet Union was still in place the last time the Cardinals were relevant. This team stinks. I am picking the Colts. Daniel Jones, as much as I can't stomach him, and Lucas, you know this better than anybody because I can't stand Duke quarterbacks. I don't like Daniel Jones. I didn't like Riley Leonard. He didn't do his damn homework. This team is going to have a field day with the Cardinals. I'm expecting a blowout.
Wow, paper down and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have as much of a rant about Arizona.
Pinky out.
I do think they're losing to the Colts. I also agree with you that they're kind of over-criticizing Gannon for hitting him. I mean, it's football at the end of the day. It probably didn't even hurt that dude in the slightest. It didn't even look... I mean...
He has pads on.
He did hit him twice, which seemed a little extensive, and the second one did seem like it pushed him, so you hit him with some force in it. Seemed a little excessive. If anything, though, instead of people being like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that, I think you honestly just probably ruined all of his confidence, but you're probably not playing him the rest of the season.
No.
So
Here's the Cardinals' issue. They don't even have anyone to play. The only other running back they have on the team is Michael Carter.
So I don't really think they care about his confidence because they know that once they can either get someone or draft people or people get healthy again, they're never using him again. But you got to use him for now, so you just killed his confidence off. So I don't know. We'll see how this plays out, but I think people are just being a little soft about it. I think the whole league is soft. The fine is outrageous, and I'm picking Indianapolis.
Fine is outrageous.
$100,000. People literally do, like, NFL, like, they do crimes and they get fined less in the NFL.
You hit me hard with the damn chair in our promos, and you haven't got paid $100,000. Where's my $100,000?
Where's my $100,000?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're telling me if all I have to do is hit you with a chair and I get $100,000?
I'd hit you so many times.
I'd hit you so many times.
I'll hit you so many times, and then you can hit me so many times, and then we both hit Kevin for free.
Even the cup agrees. Anyway, next game we got is the Seattle Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars had their way with the Chiefs, 31-28 victory against them on Monday Night Football. And the Seattle Seahawks, man, I mean, they've just been on an absolute roll. I got to be honest with you. They did lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by 1 point, which was an amazing game, by the way. I don't know if you caught that game. What an incredible game that was.
I saw, like, the end of it.
Well, that was the best part. Baker Mayfield has put on... Every game Baker Mayfield has played this year has been tight, but it has been great. So we love the Bucs. And Buka. We'll get to them in the Bucs.
He was also a fantasy star this week, I heard.
Oh, shout out to Buka, man. Sam Darnold is continuing to show the narrative that he was falsely accused of being a system quarterback in Minnesota because there is no system right now in Seattle.
Oh, your dad.
He is completely gunslinging it right now. You can maybe make that case about Brock Purdy, which we'll talk about when we get to the Niners. I actually have something to say about Purdy, and which you're going to be a little disappointed at me for saying. But the Seattle Seahawks are a solid team. They're actually a dark horse team for me in the playoffs. I could see them upsetting some teams long term. Jacksonville is the worst 4-1 team in the NFL. I said it on Steel City. They are the worst team. This is the most unorthodox offense ever. Trevor Lawrence literally scored the game-winning touchdown by tripping twice. He tripped twice. Like. Did
you see people saying that he turned into the Jaguar logo?
Yeah, he turned into the Jaguar logo. He maybe had like PhD slider or something. I don't know what was happening with him, but he was all over the place in this game. Still looked good though. Got the win against the reigning AFC champions, but I think it's going to end here. Liam Cohen though. I think Jacksonville has found their head coach. I will say that. I love Liam Cohen's attitude.
Are you a fan or disagreeer with the Chris Jones hate?
I understand it, but I expect better from Chris Jones. So here's my thing. I know what you're talking about. This is the play at the end of the game where he just stood there.
Yeah.
You got to play all 4 quarters like it's the last. But again, if you rewatch the play, he broke 7 different tackles. You would think that somebody on that Chiefs line would tackle Trevor Lawrence. So Chris Jones was just kind of expecting his teammates to actually do it. But at the end of the day, it's a football game. Anything can happen. As we saw, you need to jump and make that play. So I believe Chris Jones is at fault for that. But I don't think he's like overrated or a bad player or anything just because of that one play.
I don't agree with the hate outside of the fact that him standing there is a joke. I mean, you're supposed to be one of the best defensive players in the league, if not like the at your position. You're one of the highest paid at your position. You got to play the game to play the game. You can't expect your teammates to do good whenever they.
That's true, but he was getting swarmed though, Lawrence. Like you would think, like Lawrence was eating turf all game anyway. So you were thinking he was going to.
Kansas City defense is not doing so good.
Mm-mm.
But I don't know. I mean, he's a veteran. He's one of the best in the league. You got to know better than to trust your teammates. That's what I think, at least.
So who you got in this game?
Who you got in this game?
I said Seattle.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't think you actually said it.
Mm-hmm. If I didn't, Seattle.
I'm probably gonna agree with you. I mean, that game. That was the most Kansas City ending game, except it wasn't Kansas City. It was Jacksonville ending it. It was like they should have lost it. I didn't think they were winning it at all until I get the score update that they did win. I'm like, what happened? I agree with you. Jacksonville is probably one of the worst 4-1 teams. I don't know how they're 4-1, and if they go to 5-1, I'm probably gonna cry.
I wouldn't be mad though.
I wouldn't be mad.
I'd be happy for Lawrence. I know you would because you're a Lawrence hater.
I don't really care about him.
See, there it is. There's the Lawrence hater. I don't
Do we have to even talk about this next game, or can we just
Well, it's LA Chargers, Miami Dolphins.
Who do we think's winning?
Give me the Chargers.
Yeah. I was going to say, do we have to say anything else? I think we've spread Dolphins hate on here for like the past 3 weeks.
We have, but I will say this about Justin Herbert real quick. That loss to the Washington Commanders was not the best, but I feel like it's a bounce back week. That's all I'm going to say.
They also lost to a good team at least. So.
And it was the Jaden Daniels Commanders. Yeah. It's not like it was a Marcus Mariota, which again, Marcus Mariota is not bad, but like it's a Jaden Daniels Commanders.
He's probably one of the better backups in the league.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the breaking news coming out of this game is that Joe
so stupid.
Flacco has been traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Cincinnati Bengals. Dylan Gabriel is QB1. Shedeur Sanders is now QB2. Here's my philosophy on the quarterback situation, and then I'm going to bounce it over to you, Lucas, to break down the game itself. In terms of the quarterback room, I don't think it's a bad idea to get rid of Joe Flacco. I just want to say that right now. I actually think it's a great idea of getting rid of Joe Flacco. It is a great idea because you have 2 rookie quarterbacks on your team. You're obviously not going to win the division because Pittsburgh is here. Baltimore, yeah, they're hurt, but they're 50-50. And Cincinnati, they're also awful because of Burrow being out. But you want to know what you have in these 2 quarterbacks because you have 2 first-round picks. And this is not a quarterback-heavy draft. We thought it was, but it's really not. So you're going to want that high draft pick for possibly a quarterback if you don't already have the guy on your team. So the rest of the season is going to be, okay, we're going to see Gabriel a couple games, and we're eventually going to see Sanders down the line. This makes sense, and I'm all for it. I support it. I love the way Kevin Stefanski is thinking. My issue, though, is why the hell are you trading him to a division rival? Why are you trading him to the Cincinnati Bengals? Yes, we get it. Burrow is done for the year. Yes, we get it that Joe Flacco is not Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes. But at the end of the day, this is still a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP. Why the hell are you trading him to your division rival? Are you trying to do reverse psychology and say, oh, well, maybe if we trade him to the Bengals, we'll end up being last still, and maybe they'll actually win a couple games. Is that what the Browns are thinking? I don't think they're thinking at all. Awful move. Trade him anywhere else. I would have rather them trade him to the Saints, somewhere at least where you're not going to play him at all. But the Bengals, come on, man. But I'm going to go to you on this first, Lucas, before we talk about the actual game itself. Browns and Steelers. We've seen the Browns upset the Steelers before, but the Steelers are coming off a much-needed bye after that Ireland victory against the Vikings. Who do you got and why?
Yeah, the Browns are complete idiots. I don't know why you would trade them to a team that is much better than you with a competent quarterback, and they just got a competent quarterback. Jake Browning might be the worst backup in the league, in my opinion. I don't even know why they've kept him all these years. Every time he's had to be a backup, he's sucked every single time. I don't think he's been good once that I can remember, unless you can, fact check me on that one. I like the idea of them using the rookies, like you said. I'm not gonna repeat all that, but I do like that. I kind of wish I would have given Deshaun Watson. That would have been pretty funny. I don't think the Bengals have enough money, though. I was actually the most surprised here. The Bengals didn't even reach out to the Giants about any of their quarterbacks. There was no phone call to the Giants.
Huh.
I saw that from RCL football or whatever, so I actually trusted it, too. Apparently, there was no calls made, so that was interesting to me because I feel like if you could have got Russell Wilson, that would have been a big score for you.
Or at least Jameis Winston.
Or at least Jameis Winston, who is debatably probably as good as Flacco, maybe, on your team, if not able to do more just because he's more movable, I think. But Pittsburgh, as you said, they needed that bye week. Obviously, since it was on a bye, they didn't play last week. But the week before that, in Ireland, they actually played pretty good. Defense looked good again. Aaron Rodgers out here throwing blocks for Gainwell. That was crazy, in my opinion. Gainwell actually looked like a good running back. So that was fun to watch. I'm trying to remember as much as I can about the game. It's 2 weeks now. Broderick Jones actually once again looked like he could be a offensive lineman in the league.
Look at that. We're a couple more games away from you getting a Broderick Jones jersey.
No, I don't have that much trust in him. He's been bad for 3.5 years, buddy. But we'll see how the rest of this year plays out. So he's had 2 good games in a row. I'll give him 2 good games in a row.
Can we make it 3?
I hope so. It's against the Browns.
I don't know why there's a 0 in Merito. I'm not pent up. Anyway, go ahead.
0 Merito. Honestly, I said this at the beginning of the season. I'll say it again. We're probably splitting with Cleveland, but I'm hoping it's not at a home game for us. So I am going to pick Pittsburgh. We're also rumored to get back Ramsey, Highsmith, and maybe Austin. I think Austin's the most questionable of the 3. But if we can get back Ramsey and Highsmith, that would very much so bump up our chances of winning, in my opinion. So I'm hopeful for this game. I'm hoping this isn't the one where we lose.
See, here's the issue. The Browns have statistically the best defense right now. So the first 5 weeks, they got the best defense now. And that kind of concerns me because DK Metcalf is your number 1 lockdown guy, but the Browns do a really good job at playing a high safety and cover 2. So if you have Denzel Ward, you have Greg Newsome, and you have Grant Delpit. Grant Delpit's your free safety. Ward is cornerback 1, and Newsome is cornerback 2. That's already 3 different elite secondary players against your number 1 one-on-one guy in DK Metcalf. If Calvin Austin is back, then I think the Steelers' chances of winning this game skyrocket because that takes the workload off Metcalf. That opens up those one-on-one opportunities and for Metcalf to create separation. But if you don't, all you got to do is drop back in the zone, and guess what happens? DK Metcalf is trapped. Rodgers can't run the football to save his life, so he's going to be – if the offensive line can't protect them and Rodgers can't get the check down out in time, they are screwed. So I am going to agree with you. I'm going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I am concerned about the Steelers' offense matching up against the Browns' defense because the Browns, let's not forget, they're the same team that hold Green Bay to 10 points. I believe, and I think you would agree with me, Green Bay has a better offense than Pittsburgh. So if they can do that to Green Bay, it's giving me some worrisome with the Pittsburgh Steelers because Rodgers is not mobile anymore. He is gunslinging. He's playing great football. Love Aaron Rodgers. Love what the Steelers are doing. But, oh, man. The injuries, the people come back from the injuries too is great. And Peyton Wilson, I'm disappointed in the way he's been playing this year. He is awful when he drops in the coverage. He's great at getting to the quarterback and creating pressure, but anytime you drop him back in the coverage on a tight end, the tight ends are beating him out every route. Peyton Wilson is not getting to him. So I'm disappointed because I'm a big Peyton Wilson fan. So
I'm actually happy because the last thing he did was that amazing chase down.
He's doing a good job of getting to the quarterback, but oh my God, Peyton Wilson got to step up, my man, because Watt is looking good, Hayward's looking good, our boy Benton's looking good. Big boy Benton's looking good. I got a new nickname actually for one of your Steelers players too. Darnell Washington came up with it on the radio show. We're calling him Mount Washington now, just like Mount Washington.
That's what I forgot to talk about. Washington's playing really good.
Yeah, so Mount Washington.
We actually used all of our tight ends in that game. We used all 3 of them, and they all did decent. Wow, look at that, Steelers! You learned how to use 3 amazing tight ends.
Congratulations! That's Arthur Smith. Look at that.
I saw a stat. I think it's whenever Darnell Washington plays a certain amount of snaps, I forget what the number is. The Steelers are 4-1.
Well, there it is.
Mount Washington. I like that.
You like that?
Mount Washington.
I actually got to give Nick Brown credit. He slipped up on the radio show. He's called him Mount Washington. I looked at him. I'm like, Mount Washington? And he's like, my bad, Darnell Washington. I'm like, no, I like that. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. That is a good-ass name, actually. Because it makes sense because Mount Washington's tall when he's tall, so it works. And it's in Pittsburgh, so. Thank you, Nick Brown. You actually did something right for once.
You're not living that one down.
Sorry, Nick Brown. I love you. Not your Cowboys.
He's going to call you out.
They're atrocious. Anyway, San Francisco 49ers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is going to be a good game. It's Baker Mayfield, so I know it's going to be a good game.
Is this game of the week?
I would say this is not game of the week.
Sunday, game of the week is.
Yeah, we know which game.
It's the last game of Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going... who's starting a quarterback for the Niners? Is it Jones again, or is it Purdy back?
Couldn't tell you. It's either going to be Jones or Purdy's first week back, but I think Purdy's... Is he even participating in practices yet? I think they're still resting him for practices.
Part of me wants to go the Niners. I'm going to take the safe option and go Tampa Bay here. Niners actually have been looking pretty solid with Mac Jones, but have not been looking too solid with Brock Purdy. I'm not saying that the system quarterback narrative is true. All I'm simply saying is the Mr. Irrelevant hype might be starting to wear off. I am not a big fan of the way Purdy has played this year. Now, for granted, when Purdy was healthy, Jawan Taylor was also hurt. McCaffrey was also day-to-day. Brandon Ayuk was on and off the field. Kittle was hurt. Fred Warner was hurt on defense. Nick Bosa with his ACL injury. So the Niners they have kicking issues. They can't kick a field goal or an extra point to save their life. Shanahan has his own issues, but San Francisco, I mean, they've been winning games on their Jones. You can't dispute that. So give me Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa Bay as well. I actually I saw a meme about the 49ers. It was like them telling Mac Jones he needs to stop playing so good so that they can break the narrative. But yeah, it's not looking so good for the guy that just got paid a lot of money and is now currently being beat out by Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say it's a system quarterback, but your dad may have been right all that time.
I'm not giving him that much credit, but I've been defending his Chiefs all week. I'm not about to give him that much credit.
Your dad might have been right about that. But I am taking Tampa Bay in this game. I think Tampa Bay is the much better team. I am ready to see Baker and Ibuka light things up.
Dude, Ibuka's so nice. He's so nice. I've been like fiending over him every week on the podcast.
Oh, we know.
There's some good tap water, by the way. Cincinnati.
You win this damn tap water.
It's good, man.
You've been taking it all day. It's not that good.
It's literally just sink water.
It's yeah, exactly. It's probably unfiltered sink water, straight from the city.
Thanks for putting that image in my head.
You're welcome.
Tennessee Titans, Las Vegas Raiders, another shit show of a game. Yeah, I said it. Give me the Titans. They looked good against my Cardinals, which is not really saying much. You can make a piece of garbage pretty well if you put it up on a pedestal, but no, they are god awful. The Raiders, they are much worse. Geno Smith averages I don't even know. Geno Smith averages more interceptions than I do unhealthy food in a day. So yeah, give me the Titans.
Geno Smith averages more pictures of him with an annoyed face and a towel over his head than he does touchdowns.
That poor towel.
Yeah, I'm taking Tennessee. I don't have much to say about this game. Both teams are trash, but I like Cam Ward.
I do like Cam Ward a lot.
Hey, for once, you can't get on me for hating rookie quarterbacks. I like Ward.
I know. Well,
I give Ward credit every week, and he's 1-4.
The only reason why you're doing that is because you're like me. You're sick of the Shador hype. You're sick of them talking about.
No, I just like the highlight reels of him juking people.
He does. Dude, he knows how to juke. Like when they won that game, I was like, no, why? Yeah, at least Cam Ward won. That was what I did. Sorry, Spotify listeners.
My eardrums.
Cincinnati Bengals, Green Bay Packers.
So help me God, Green Bay. If you lose a second time to a crappy team in the AFC North, so help me God. And if you can't tell, I'm picking Green Bay.
I'm also picking Green
Joe
Bay.
Flacco is 1-0 against Green Bay this year, and it better be 1-1 by the end of this week.
I will say, though, Flacco gives the Bengals a much better chance of actually winning
the
game. I'm just
You're
saying,
jinxing it right now.
They got Jamar Chase. They got T. Higgins. My question is this the week that Chase Brown fantasy owners are finally going to get a plus? Chase Brown has been awful this year. Flacco's known for elevating running backs. Taylor had an elevation. We've seen Judkins have an elevation. Are we going to see the same thing with Chase Brown?
I need another week where all of my division opponents all drop a game. That was the best bye week I've ever had as a Steelers fan.
Well, you're definitely going to get it with Baltimore, and you're probably going to get it with Cleveland. But
I'm hoping I get
this is the game you got to watch out for.
Great. Jordan Love, I'm putting my faith into you, man.
New England Patriots, New Orleans Saints to wrap up our 4 o'clock slots. I'm going to give this one to you first. Saints actually had a win last week, surprisingly, and so did the Patriots. And Lucas, I was so close to picking the Pats last week. Remember how I was contemplating it against the Bills? I said I can see it happening, and I didn't do it, and they won.
I'm picking the Patriots. Pretty simple choice for me here. The Saints are still the Saints at the end of the day, and the Patriots beat one of the most elite teams in the NFL right now. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. I didn't watch either game, but I did watch highlights of both of these teams, and the Patriots highlights looked better, in my opinion.
Well.
Also, Stephon Diggs actually looked good.
Stephon Diggs looked great.
That was a revenge game, if I've ever seen one.
I think it's time that we start giving Drake May the credit that he deserves. I've been giving it to him since he was at North Carolina. Drake May is nowhere near on the scale that Jaden Daniels is, and is nowhere near on the hype scale that Caleb Williams once was. But the way that he's playing right now is playing some pretty damn good football, and he's playing better than all 3 of them this year. Now, for granted, I know Daniels was hurt a couple games, so that's why. And Caleb Williams had a tougher schedule, that's why. But Drake May has held his own this year. Yeah, the turnovers were an issue against the Steelers, but most of them weren't his fault. Only 2 of them were, 2 of the 5. He actually looked really, really good last week, and he blew out the Panthers. So, I mean, I don't see why the Patriots aren't a favorite. I don't think it's time to say we're back in Foxborough, but with Mike Vrabel as your head coach, this is a team that I could see in the playoffs in the next couple of years if they build around Drake May correctly. Losing Antonio Gibson for the rest of the year, though, is going to suck because now you have Ramondre Stevenson as running back 1 and Trayvon Henderson as running back 2. That's a bit of a questionable running back room. Outside of that, though, I don't see why I shouldn't pick the Patriots. Saints, I mean, it was trash versus trash last week. You can only put around so much trash. So give me the Pats. Sunday Night Football is where it's at, though. You got the best team in football in the Detroit Lions. I think they're the best team in football. They have the best offense, most scored points. Dan Campbell is cooking this year. Going against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, me and Nick Brown probably had the biggest debate that I've ever had. Bigger than any debate we've had. My dad, I think this is bigger than the Brock Purdy debate that the three of us had around the Super Bowl time. It was the most heated I ever got. We're still friends. Still love my man Nick Brown. Your Cowboys still stink. But we're cool about it. But in that episode, do you see that bug right there that's crawling by the Green Bay Packers hat too? Or is that the only one?
Where?
There's a little ants by the Green Bay Packers hat. Look, right there.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I'm sorry, but what?
That's a fly. It just flew.
Oh.
You think that was an ant? But that was too tiny for an ant.
I can't see that far.
I have worse vision than you, probably. I do. I definitely do. I have to wear glasses when I drive. Legally.
Sorry, I was amused by that.
They can't even see it. It was behind the hat.
I know.
They're like, what are you idiots doing?
Like,
We always say that we need to be on camera so they can see what we're doing, and then we're on camera and they still don't know what we're doing.
got a good point there. Anyway, back to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions. Where was I?
You and Nick argument.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that debate was good. It was a fun debate. It was a rough debate. And essentially the entire point that was made was the Chiefs get calls. Well, they definitely haven't got calls this year because they are 2-3 right now. And honestly, after Sunday, I think they're going to be 2-4. I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions. I know this is at home in Kansas City. I know this is at home at Arrowhead. But the Chiefs have an offensive issue in terms of running the football. Patrick Mahomes is not playing bad. He's not playing great, but he's not playing bad. Travis Kelce's not playing bad, but he's also not playing great. Andy Reid is coaching pretty damn bad. Here's why. Why are you only running the football 14 times with your running backs? Pacheco had 7 carries against the Jags. Kareem Hunt had 7 carries against the Jags. Mahomes took off for 6 times and still had more rushing yards than both of his running backs individually. That is awful. And not only that, listen to this, Lucas. 4 out of the 5 games that were played this year for Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes was the leading rusher. 4 of the 5. It's only been 5 games. Mahomes has rushed more yards every single game outside of one. I forget what game it was, but it definitely wasn't the Jacksonville game. That is atrocious. You are forcing Patrick Mahomes to throw and be that Superman that he can be, but he can't be every single week. That is why they lost to the Jaguars. Yeah, Mahomes threw for 300 yards, but you threw the ball 49 times and only completed it 22 times. You need to be able to have balance. The way you open up the passing game is by running the football. It is not that hard. And the defense got to step up too. I blame Spags fully for that. I am going to blame players too. Chris Jones needs to be held accountable like we talked about earlier for what happened last week. But at the end of the day, why? Why the hell are you only running the football 14 times with your running backs? Pacheco's healthy. Hunt is healthy. Run them. And don't run them on 3rd and 12. That's the only time they run them is on 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 7. Don't run them then. That's when you pass. You have Worthy. You have Thornton. Use them. Use them, damn it. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions. I think this is going to be a belt-to-ass game. I think the Lions have the better team. I think they can score more points. I don't know if they have the better defense, but I think that they actually have the better offense. So I'm going to...
I think they're better on both sides of the ball.
You think they are?
I give it to them.
I was going to say, it might be close.
This year,
it might be close on defense, but I didn't know who had the better one.
It's close, but Lions probably a little.
Yeah. So unless Mahomes can do his little black magic trick, I really honestly don't think that they can win this game against Detroit, even at home. So I'm picking Detroit.
Well, before we go to Monday Night Football, we do have a doubleheader.
What is it with all the doubleheader games on Mondays?
Money. There are 2 bye teams this week. You got the Minnesota Vikings and Houston Texans on the byes for this week, but the Buffalo Bills are taking on the Atlanta Falcons at 7:15. What a weird start time. At least I'll watch it 45 minutes before Monday Night Raw. I'm going to go Buffalo here. Atlanta's awful.
Yeah, Atlanta's trash. Buffalo's elite. I'm taking Buffalo as well.
There we go. Buffalo did lose last week, but don't let that kill your confidence there.
It was a division rival game.
Chicago Bears, Washington Commanders. I'm going to go Commanders. I think this game's going to be closer than people are thinking, though. I'm not ready to say, oh, the Chicago Bears are completely ruled out, or, oh, Caleb Williams is bad, or, oh, Rome Odunze can't get open. Or no, this is actually a pretty solid team, and they got weapons. They really do. Rome Odunze is nice. Luther Burden is nice. The run game is not that bad either. So the Bears can put up points. I could see an upset here. I really could. I'm not feeling ballsy enough to pick it, though. I'm going to still go with the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm also picking the Commanders. I think they're just the better team all around, and I like Jaden Daniels. So.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is going to wrap up week 6 of our NFL predictions. There is one last thing I would like to talk about. I'm going to go to Lucas on this one first. Pittsburgh Penguins won a big game last night. How about that? Coach Muse getting his first win as a Penguins head coach. What do you think about that game, Lucas?
Probably gonna say this name wrong. Silvas?
I don't even know how to say his name, but it's
it's
the new goalie.
Silvos or something like that. He played great. That was a great start. People are already saying he's better than Igor, which I don't believe 100%, but Igor did have a really bad game, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch most of it at all, to be honest. I saw mainly highlights, and I watched maybe about 5 minutes of it before I got a phone call and went to go do other stuff. So, I didn't watch much of it, but I'm excited. Penguins actually looked decent. We were able to outscore the Rangers 3-0. I know it's a season opener, so there's some rust on the teams. I'm pretty sure 2 of our goals actually came from like a new guy or something. Like, I don't know. I was listening to some people on the radio talk about this morning. I couldn't tell exactly what was happening because radio show people are usually not the brightest. But
Hey,
what?
I have a radio show.
What was I listening to yours this morning?
No.
Are you the brightest, anyways?
No.
So there we go.
I was like, hey.
No, but I'm pretty sure 2 of them got scored by like a new player, like a rookie player or something. So if that's true, that's good. To be honest, I didn't look up who scored the goals. I just looked up how many goals we actually got. No, but overall I'm excited. I heard that Malkin does look a little slower. I heard a couple people complaining about that. So I'm hoping that that's just once again rust. First game of the season.
Rust and Rust we trust.
But I hope he can play better. I have a feeling that this trio might be on its last year of being a trio. I don't know who it's going to be. It's probably going to be Malkin. I've been saying it's going to be Malkin. I think Letang just has more years in him. I think Crosby has the most years out of the 3 of them. So that sucks. Fleury was here for a little bit. He's gone now. He only played an exhibition game and retired, but wish he could have stayed around for the whole year. I'm not going to lie. But no, I'm excited. We got a new head coach. See how we can spice some things up. We got 3 people that actually seemed like pretty good takes, in my opinion, in the draft. Our first 3 actually seemed pretty solid that we took, so I'm excited to see how that plays out. I'm excited for our new players, and I'm excited to see Crosby and Malkin and Letang, obviously, and Rust.
All I know is that was the biggest FU to Mike Sullivan, pretty much.
That was the biggest FU.
It really was. Very impressed with the Penguins. I don't have much more to say about it because you summed everything up, but I will say Penguins look like they have a bright future now. Pitt Panthers, football specifically, looks like they have a bright future with their new freshman quarterback. I'm excited. Steel City has some positivity. Too bad the Pirates don't have any.
Hey, Penn State's out of the playoffs. You can be happy about that.
I'll thank the heavens.
Yeah, that coach needs fired immediately.
Bye-bye, James Franklin. Bye-bye. Get your ass out of Penn State. Get your ass out of Happy Valley. You are not. I'm not even a Penn State fan, and I want him going to. Drew Aller, buddy, you're not making the NFL draft if you keep the play the way you are.
I don't know. So it's supposed to be one of the best drafts, and now it's looking like one of the worst.
A lot of good running backs, though. A lot of good running backs.
I was talking about quarterback draft, but yeah.
Well,
there's a lot of good other players.
Well, whenever you're a fan of a team that is on your 4th string running back, because the first 2 get hurt and the other one fumbles the game-winning touchdown against the worst team in football at the time, you're looking at the running backs.
I wonder what the worst draft overall, historically was.
Oh, it was the 2012 draft, I think, because the first overall pick was a right guard.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't expect it. I thought it was gonna be some old draft. I didn't expect it to be so new and current.
It was either 2012 or 2013. I forget what year it was, but it was the year that the one Colts lineman. Oh, what's his name? He's a good player. He's a Hall of Famer.
Let me look up what the worst draft of all time was.
I guarantee you it's that one. It's the Quentin Nelson. I'm pretty sure it's the draft. Whatever draft Quentin Nelson was drafted number 1 overall.
All time.
That one's considered to be one of the worst because most of the players in the first round are gone. It's not the draft. It's like one of the first rounds.
Why are you gonna be stupid about it?
Just look up what Nelson was drafted.
Well, I was trying to see if it would actually give me a worst draft ever. 2007 and 1999 are 2 of the ones that popped up. What's his name? Quentin Johnson?
Quentin Nelson.
Quentin Nelson.
And Quentin Johnson's not that good either, but
2018. No, that's not even who I said. Quentin Nelson?
Yeah.
2018?
No. That wasn't 2018 because 2018 was the year that Allen and all them were drafted. Maybe I'm getting my tackles mixed up. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
Must be.
I'm thinking of a different Colts tackle. Shit. I don't know.
Hey, We tried our hardest.
We tried our hardest.
Looks like the year I was born or 1999 might be.
We know there's
too.
some listeners of 2 Jagoffs that like to fact check stuff. So how about you go ahead and fact check it and send us over it later on?
Yeah, they ain't doing all that.
Oh, no, they will.
Yeah.
Oh, you caught on. Okay.
Yes, I caught on.
Okay, good.
You're a little bit of a head ass.
You're the head ass.
You're the ass head ass.
You're the ass.
Head ass.
Shut your ass up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in to 2 Jagoffs.
Buckaroo. Don't you have an announcement to make?
I do have an announcement to make.
Trying to end off the episode without it.
Tickets are now live.
Dun dun dun.
For 2 Jagoffs
Dun
live.
dun dun.
On Wednesday, October 29th.
Dun dun dun.
Here at the Fishbowl.
Dun dun dun.
At Point Park University.
Dun dun dun.
You best better believe
Dun dun dun.
that Austin Cairns.
Dun dun dun.
Lucas Kuhns.
Dun dun dun.
Nicholas Brown.
Dun dun dun.
Kevin Homa.
Dun dun dun.
Mr. Jack Dean.
Dun dun dun.
And my dad, Jumbo Cairns.
Dun dun dun.
We'll be here live.
Dun dun dun.
For an all-exclusive.
Dun dun dun.
Inclusive.
Done.
Chaotic.
Done.
Exciting.
Done.
Enthusiastic.
Done.
Episode
Done.
of 2
Done.
Jagoffs.
Done.
Live.
Done.
I'm so out of breath from that. I'm clipping that and using that for promotional videos later on. 2 Jagoffs Live. Tickets are now out. 2 different versions of it, so be very careful when selecting. If you are a student, you get in for free. All you have to do is put in your anticipated graduation date and your student ID with your first and last name, and you automatically reserve spots for this event. If you are anybody that is not a student, you also get in for free. That is my treat. You don't have to pay a single dollar to get in, but there is a donation box where you can donate as much or as little as you want. It's not required, but it is strongly encouraged. I would love for you to donate. This is a good cause. We're helping out students. It's for the extracurricular activities. It's for the student-funded trips, students in need, scholarships, grants, all of that. So please consider donating. If not, though, get yourself a free ticket and come on down to the Fishbowl on Wednesday, October 29th from 5 to 7. Doors open at 4 for happy hour and a free networking event. You get to meet some Pittsburgh legends, some Point Park alums, and some possible guests of 2 Jagoffs from the past, present, and future. It's going to be a great event. I'm hosting the whole thing by myself. Lucas may or may not be actually running the whole production side of things now, from what I'm understanding. So this is going to be a big opportunity for us as a collective whole, as a team. I'm hoping to see some of you guys out there. But until next time, tune in to 2 Jagoffs this Sunday. Greg Brown, arguably the biggest interview yet, will be coming live. Lucas, any final words, my friend?
Done. Done.
Done, done, done. We are done, done, done.
It was a fun time.
This was a good episode.
Pretty sure the 4 horsemen are still stuck on the elevator somewhere.
Can I say it?
No, you can say if you want to.
Fuck you. And fuck them elevators.
Right back at you, buddy.
Mm-hmm. I hate those elevators. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in to 2 Jagoffs. I'm Austin Cairns. That is Lucas Kuhns. We will see you. What do you mean? What are you shrugging your shoulders for? What are you, not Lucas Kuhns?
I might be.
You might. You caught me off guard. I see in the peripheral vision. All I see is you. You're like, me? I'm Lucas Kuhns. I'm Austin Cairns. He thinks he's Lucas Kuhns. We will see you all in the next one.
Peace.